students, the topic that we discuss in this class is localization of sound. Sound localization is our ability to locate the position and distance of the sound source. We can locate the position of sound source with great accuracy by analyzing the binaural differences in the sound, that is, the differences in the sound received by the two ears. The theory that explains the localization of sound is called duplex theory. According to duplex theory, there are two kinds of binaural cues that signal the location of sound source. They are intensity differences and latency differences between the sound received by the right and left ears. Intensity differences are the differences in loudness at the two ears. In humans, our ears are located on either side of the head, and the ear that is located nearer to the sound source will receive sound with high intensity, whereas the other ear receives sound with reduced intensity because head is casting a sound shadow. The sound shadow blocks the sound from reaching both the ears with equal loudness. Sound shadow is most pronounced for high frequency sounds because high frequency sounds have shorter sound waves which do not travel round the head to reach the opposite ear, whereas low frequency sounds have longer sound waves which can travel round the head and reach the opposite ear. The second binaural cue that helps in the localization of sound is latency difference. Latency difference is the difference between the two ears in the time of arrival of sound. The ear that is closer to the sound source will receive sound waves first and send neural signals first to the brain. The ear at the opposite side of the head will receive sound only later, or there will be a slight delay in receiving the sound. This is latency difference, and this helps in locating the position or direction of sound source. This is most pronounced for low frequency sounds because low frequency sounds have longer sound waves which can travel round the head and reach the opposite ear. There are two kinds of latency differences: onset disparity and ongoing phase disparity. Onset disparity is the difference between the two ears in hearing the beginning of sound. The ear that is closer to the sound source will hear first and the opposite ear will hear a little later. Ongoing phase disparity is the continuous mismatch between the two ears in the arrival of all the peaks and troughs that make up the sound wave. You know that sound wave is having a peak and a trough. Since the sound waves reach the two ears at different times, there will be an ongoing phase difference. This also helps in locating the direction of sound source. Now let us summarize. At high frequencies, intensity differences are the cues for localization of sound, and at low frequencies, latency differences are the cues for the localization of sound. Thank you.